Hey guys, it's Vagrant coming at you. Just want to do a quick video. Well, I say quick. I don't know how long this video is going to be. Anyway, I want to go over. I was going to say my top 10 coins, um, but in looking at my coins, I found that there were a few extra that I wanted to add, but not necessarily my top 10. But so I've included 15 coins, and the first five are going to be honorable mentions. So I'm going to explain to you, like, if you're looking for a two-face coin, which ones I think are the best that are out there. And in my top 10, I could see you picking any of those. In the top 15, uh, I can tell you why I wouldn't necessarily select them to be that, but I could see other people who, if you wanted to make an argument for one of these other coins, you could. So anyway, so we'll get into it here. And number 15, I suppose, the first of the honorable mentions. This is the kind of aluminum coin. I think it's aluminum. I don't know. It's kind of made out of sheet metal. It feels like, not quite like a coin. It doesn't have any ridges or anything. The other side is very light. It's very flat. It's not, there's not very well pronounced at all. But I like the scarred side. It's one of those coins that kind of has grown on me over time, just looking at it, because the scarred side does look good, even though the color may be off but the it's sort of left an impression, just as compared to the other ones looking at it on the shelf. I was actually kind of shocked that it made this list, to be really honest. But it was inexpensive. I don't know if this coin's still available. I did get it on eBay at one point. So that's number 15. Number 14, and this originally was a lot higher on my top 10 list too, but just over time I've started to see some things about it. So this is the DC Comics release of a Two-Face coin that just came out, I think, this past year or two. It looks, it comes in a really nice case, display case. In the scarred side looks decent. The other side looks clean. I had mentioned before that I think this is what the Noble coin collection should have been. This coin, but it's really thick. It's really heavy, and it doesn't fit in any coin cases that I have. I did buy the little plastic coin protector cases, and I can't get any that are this thick. So yeah, it does not fit, unfortunately. But I think it's a good coin. I think if you decide that you want to get a coin like this, it's worth the money. It's pretty neat, but it is really heavy, and if you drop it, especially if you drop it in your toe, you're going to break something. I'm just letting you know. It's super heavy. The next one this is the one that came, the Batman Forever coin that came on the stand, the pedestal that you can buy. I still see these on eBay all the time, and they go for a varying amount, but it's a great representation of the coin from the movie. My only gripe is it doesn't have the ridges on it. To be honest, the rest of it's very well pronounced, very well defined. And again, it just doesn't, and it's because this right down here in this side of the head sticks out just far enough that it won't fit into a coin case either. So, that's another thing that's kind of like, yeah, I guess if you could find one that's maybe a little bit thicker of a coin case, it's got a little bit more depth to it, this one would probably fit in there, but it's like just too big. But it is also, it's pretty heavy, but it's cool looking. Again, if you can find that without the stand, you can get it cheaper. It's cool. It's all right. It's not really a coin I think most people are going to carry with them, though. Then the next coin I want to get into, this is the one that looks very much like the DVD edition from Dark Knight. This is kind of a remake that a company did. I believe you can still find these online, although they vary in price. And the one way you can tell this coin is it's got the little bubbling here where the copy stamp was supposed to be. They kind of brushed over that. But the scarred side looks great. It's got the ridges. It's got a good sound. It's a really great coin. And people who like the DVD edition, but don't necessarily like the copy stamp on there or whatever, this is a great alternative. And I believe when I bought this on Amazon, when I bought it, it came with two. I did notice that I don't have that one. I think I may have traded it for another coin, but which we'll get to here in a little while. But overall, it's a great coin. It's got, can't fault it. I think it should be. This is one of the ones that I was arguing in my head that should have been in the top 10. It made it to 12. I could say probably, if you argued this was on your top 10 list, I could see why. It's pretty good. The next coin is a little bit different, a little bit unique. This is number 11, and this is the specific coin that I got at San Diego Comic-Con. And it is a two-face coin. It's small. It's actually a lot smaller than most of the other coins that I have, but it's really cool because it has the animated two-face, the Harvey Dent and two-face on the scarred side and Harvey Dent on the clean side. A really cool coin, honestly. I don't know if the company is still making these or not. Yeah, I don't know. But if you can get one, it's a cool coin. It's a cool representation of the coin. Like I said, it's a little small compared to some other coins, but that doesn't necessarily hurt it per se. Just because it's got the actual cartoon character on there, it makes it a little different. So that's another one that I had argued for the top 10 that was really hard to decide. All right, so now the actual my top 10. Number 10 is one I just reviewed here not too long ago, which is the Ironsmith coin. And this one is I love the clean side. It is so shiny and so detailed and toned. It's like perfect. The scarred side is the only thing I don't like about it. Is I wish the scratches were a little more defined. I mean, you can see it when you're looking at it, but they're just very thin cuts, so it's kind of hard to see. And the only reason why I probably didn't make it higher on the list is because, again, it's just too thick to fit into a coin case. So I have to find a different way to display it in my case, or just leave it outside of a case so it's a little unprotected. But great coin. I like that. And it's from a great company too, and it's just a solid coin. I don't if it was in your top 10, I could totally see why. The next one, number 9, this is a coin that you can find pretty much all over eBay. And this one here, you can see the scars and the scratches in here. I'll try and get a little closer. You can see they're not quite big gashes, but to be honest, if Two-Face were to make a coin, it would look probably something like this. And it's toned well. It looks good. It's got the ridges. It totally sounds like a coin. Yeah, there's no complaints. It's a solid coin. Like I said, these are kind of all over eBay right now. Right now, I think you can get them for like $10 or something like that. They're decent. Yeah. So if you've come across this one, if you like this one, this is a solid. I think number 9. Number 8. So this is the coin that comes with the World's Finest DC collection. It was part of a box, kind of a mystery box kind of thing that you could buy, and it came in kind of an evidence bag type thing. And the one thing I really like about this coin is the fact that it says Gotham on it. It sort of feels a little more Two-Face-ish. Clean sides looks good. It's not super toned or anything like that, but it's got a clear coat on it. It's solid and it's durable. And it's an official product, and it's I guess my only real gripe is the little text there after the Liberty on the back behind the head. It just kind of says like property DC Comics, things like that. So, but this is a good coin too. Very reminiscent again of the DVD box set, probably a little nicer done than the other coin that I was just showing a little while ago. It's a great looking coin. It's toned well, and and if you can find it, that's my only thing, is that it took me a long time to find this coin. I was looking for months, and I just so happened someone had broken their box set apart and sold the pieces individually, and I managed to get one. I think it still cost me like $50, I think, to get it, to be brutally honest. So the next coin I want to get to, this for a long time was my number 4 coin. Right now it's sitting at number 6, and this is the one with like the extra cuts and grooves and things like that in it. Looks a lot more damaged. Really cool coin though. This is one that I honestly like to carry with me. Again, the backside is super shiny, just ridiculously shiny, but it looks good. I mean, you can tell this was kind of based. I feel like maybe it was based on the DVD coin a bit, but they just went the extra mile with the etching and things like that, and it's unique. And you definitely aren't gonna mix up which side is the scarred side, which one is it, just because of how shiny it is. But it's a good standout coin, and it just looks good. I like it personally, so it made my top. Still in my top 6. Okay, so number 5 is a coin I did not review yet. Partially because it's not necessarily a two-face coin. You're like, Eric, how can one of your favorite two-face coins not be a two-face coin? Well, you'll see what I mean. So I actually got this one off Etsy as well, and it's a one thing about it is that it's gold. There's a few things I noticed about it. It's gold. The toning is great. It has like a really strong clear coat on it, where it is. You're not gonna. You can carry this forever. I don't think it's ever gonna scratch. That's how durable it is. It feels really nice. And beside the fact that being sort of gold and it's got the ridges and everything, it's like a regular coin. On the back side, instead of it being scarred up, is I guess they would call it kind of like a hobo nickel or something like that, where it looks like death. And and I think to a degree that this would be a type of coin that Two Face would definitely carry, or a stylized version of Two Face would carry. It'd be like life and death, kind of thing. And I love that about this coin. The gold makes it pop. The durability makes it fantastic to carry, and I love the whole life and death thing. So this is honestly, I really struggled with where to put this in my collection because I knew it was one of my favorite ones. It's one of the ones I love to carry with me, but yeah, the gold really makes it pop. It's one of those ones that makes it pop in my collection too. So I like it, and I'm gonna put it in there. It's my top. It's right now. It's number 6. Number 5. So this is a coin I just reviewed, and this is the another one I got off of Etsy. You can find it in my previous video, and there's a link that you can purchase this. I got this for $15 plus shipping, and let me get it into a spot where I can actually see if you can see it here. So this coin here, again, it's durable. Doesn't feel like it's going to scratch or anything, which is good. Which is, I mentioned before, it looks gold, but on the clean side, it actually does look kind of silver. It's just the scratches that really make it look kind of gold, which is really interesting. And yeah, no, it looks good. It's a great cut prop. It looks fantastic. It feels good. Again, it feels like a real coin, and yeah, can't beat it. So this is definitely going to my top 5. The design of it's great. The feel of it's great, and yeah, it's a great price too. So if you're looking at getting into a Two-Face coin, this is one of my top 5. Number 5. Number 4. Again, I was looking online. I don't think I did a review of this coin. I'm sure I got this off of eBay, but with this one, it's, if you notice, like the cuts are very, I won't say symmetrical, but they're, it's, you can definitely see the scratches across the whole thing. And the reason why I like this coin so much, the clean side looks decent, is that, I'm not sure what he used to darken it. It looks like it's burnt. It looks like burnt and rust and all kinds of stuff. It's gouged. This sort of feels like what the comic book version of Two-Face would carry. Like in some of the pictures I've seen with the X's and the way that they have them scarred, it sort of feels like the comic book version of the Two-Face coin. And again, I don't know if it would have been in my collection several years ago, but looking at it now, I think this could be in my top 5. I think this might be interchangeable with number 5, to be honest, but I like having sort of the comic book version, and sort of when you get into the top 3 and 4, like there is different versions. Out of the different versions of Two-Face, I feel like this is a good representation of like the comic book version. So number 3, which was one probably has been number 3 on my list for a really long time, is the Singapore coin. As you can see, it's still fantastic shape. I think I got it for like $12 online. I think you can still find these online. They might be a little harder to get, but I know at the time I was getting them, they were. This was sort of the rage of Two-Face coins. It was really popular on there. So a lot of times if you couldn't find some of the more popular ones, this one was a good go-to. And still to this day, great quality. I did notice that carrying with me, it did start to scratch up a bit. So when I bought 2, there was one that I carried and one that I didn't. This is the one I did not carry, so it's in much better condition than the one I did carry. But it's a good solid coin. It looks good, and it's great representation. And if you have like a lot of Two-Face action figures, this is a great piece to display with it. It looks really good. Number 2, so we get, is the Batman Forever prop replica coin, and it's got some toning to it. It's very shiny, but actually, if you look on the movie, the movie coin is very shiny, and yeah, it's very well detailed. It's big. It does fit into a coin case though, so I got to give them props for that. Like they actually got the depth right. Love the ridges, even though you can see it was kind of pressed. You can see that there's a line in the middle, so you can tell it was pressed together. So it's definitely made from a mold of some sort. But it's good. You can usually find these coins for between 35 and 50 bucks online. I think on eBay I saw one even just recently. People are still selling them, so you can still find them. They're a little sparse, hit or miss here and there, but it's a great coin. It's big. It's a lot bigger than, like I said, than some of the other ones, but good representation of what was made in the movie. It was very, very well done. So, this is in my top two, just mainly because I like having that sort of feel from the movie. Even though I know, Tommy Lee Jones' version of Two-Face is not my favorite version. I don't know if he's really anybody's favorite version. I did really like the coin. I thought it was cool. So it's cool to have a good visual representation of that from that particular movie. And number one, which should come as no shock to anybody, is the Big Bad Toy Store coin, which I have here. And you can see it's still, it's great. And to this day, still have not seen another one like it. Not like it at all online. The grooves and everything are fantastic. The shading, the toning is legit. My only fault with it is that you can tell they sort of, it feels like they pasted two coins together, like just a real slight layer. You can see where it's like, looks like it was pressed together all the way around, but still for quality and everything like that, still one of the coolest coins. Like just looking at it for a long time, I had to keep comparing to the movie because I'm like, was this like one of the coins from the movie or something? Like, I guess I can't find another one like it. And you see the pictures online of really good the images of Two-Face coins, and the really good ones are, look a lot like this. It's the reason why it's so just stunning to me. And like I said, my father got it for me when before, it was right after this movie came out, and it took about a year to get the coin. But my father recently passed away in 2019, and so it has a lot more sentimental value to me now, because I don't really have a whole lot from my father. So yeah, it's a good memento to remember him by. So yeah, no, but this is my top coin. This is still my favorite coin, Two-Face coin of all time, and I have no idea where to get it. So, but anyway, just want to show you guys. Those are my top 15 coins. I don't know if you guys have any coins that that I don't have that maybe you think should be on this list. But like I said, if you were a Two-Face coin collector and you wanted to carry one with you, I could, I think you could make a case for any of these coins to be your favorite coin. These are all fantastic. And I do have other coins. I think I have like 15 other coins, and not all of them are, the ones that I didn't show are the ones that honestly, push comes to shove, if they vanished, it wouldn't be that big a deal, honestly, because they're not necessarily great representations. There are a couple that I was looking at that I still would I could see fitting into this list, but but I had to pick my top 15, so this is what I had. So anyway, let me know below, what is your favorite Two-Face coin? Which one of these do you really like? Which one do you carry with you? Which one do you think is the best representation of Two-Face? I look forward to seeing your replies. And yeah, so have a great day, guys, and Happy New Year, in case I don't see you guys by then. And if I pick up any other coins, I will be happy to review them. So we will see you guys later.